My name's Eddie Arnetta. I work at the airport, JFK. If any of you ran into the lobby and you're late for your flight, I was the bad guy that told you you missed the flight. I just want to point out, I came here in my Chevy. I didn't get bussed here. I'm not a mobster. I am a pissed off American. Very proud and pissed off American. Okay, I want to point out that I was a registered Democrat for 27 years, up until 9/11. 9/11 changed a lot. Losing 4 friends and realizing who really didn't protect us and who really doesn't love those people up there in those pictures, the military, as much as the other folks. I changed. I'd like to say I'm an independent, okay? I did vote for Rudy even as an elected union official from Pan American World Airways. I know Pan Am's been in the news the last week or so, you know, because of the Obama that was released. Another thing that we haven't done right. But I'd like to point out that even as a 6-term union official that was reelected every year by a lot of people that live in these areas, I'm from Flushing, okay? I'm also a son of legal, and I emphasize legal immigrants from Argentina. Grandparents were from Italy, okay? Working for an airline and having relatives all over the world, Spain, Italy, and Argentina. I can tell you that I have relatives that are doctors, physicians. 1 or 2 dentists, but about 5 or 6 doctors in Argentina. This is a true story, folks, my right hand to God. Okay, I visit them twice a year. I hear all the stories. Argentina's got some great doctors. You know where the best Argentine doctors are? They're in America, guys. That's it, I swear to God. Everywhere I go into, every hospital, my sister's a nurse here at Franklin General. Okay, registered nurse, 12 years. The head of psychiatry there is from Argentina. They come here because, yes, they get paid better, they deserve it. Our lives are in their hands, okay? The doctors, my cousins that are in Argentina, for carpal tunnel, syndrome, to get the operation, which is very debilitating if you let it go, well, it's about an average of 18 months to 24 years to get something like that done. My uncle, Reno Caporale, okay, God rest his soul, passed away a year ago. I went to visit him 6 months before he died. He had a bad case of prostate cancer. They didn't catch it in time. You guys all know, over here even died, unfortunately. I mean, you know, I wish him the best. He's got prostate cancer. There also, he passed away with prostate cancer. The survival rate of prostate cancer in this country is unbelievably high, the survival, okay? In other countries, I've heard firsthand, I've seen firsthand. When I was leaving, I want to just bring this up, okay? When I was leaving, okay, he lived in Rome. When I was leaving with my 2 cousins from here, we all went to see him. He put his hand on my right shoulder and he said to me, my left shoulder, he said to me, be careful, this is before the election. I swear to God, those words ring in my ear. He said, be careful what you wish for. Senator Obama was running for, office, okay, and it was about 4 or 5 months before that, and he said, be careful what you and with his broken English, Italian accent, said, be careful what your compatriots wish for. Be very careful. He was a doctor, he had pull, and he died, and he didn't get the attention in time, and he said so, okay? So please, folks, please, you got to understand, this is true stories I've just told you. If you ever fly Delta, that's where I'm at now. Just come in, ask for Eddie, and I'll do everything I can to help you. My one question to close it off. I heard today that SEIU, Acorn, and Pelosi and Reed are embarking on a mission. 1,000 town hall type things. They're not really going to be town halls, folks. They're not going to be like this. You're not all going to get to speak. They are going to get bussed. They are definitely going to get bussed. Okay? So, listen, are we prepared for it? I mean, across the country, that is going to be a problem because you know that they're going to pay these folks, they're going to bus them free lunches, this and that. Not like the folks here that came on a hot, muggy night on their own time. Because I was a emphasize that, former supporter of Gary way back though, okay? He knows he's comfortable. He's not coming out because he's comfortable. He knows that he's going to get voted back in, or let's hope not, but he believes he's going to be voted back in because he's got, let's hope. He's got constituents that are he thinks, I'm okay, in my district, I can't lose. That's some of their problems, these guys. We've got to rattle their cage, and guys, you got, like the gentleman a little before, your children, your kids, your nephews, your cousins across the country, I don't care where they are, you got to really get them moving. Thank you.
Question in the back? Question in the back? Only in the back?
It's beyond a question. It's a remark to make you feel a little better than everybody else.
Please make me feel better.
I'm Judy Pimpanella. I'm with Conservative Society for Action and Tea Party Patriots. Let me inform you, we're not alone. There are more people like this group here throughout this country than you can even begin to imagine. It boggles my mind. I've been dealing with these people, and I love dealing with them, since April 15th. Actually, a week and a half, 11 days before April 15th, when we started our first tea parties. You guys did one on April 15th. So many other people did. Organize for America. That's the new company of Acorn, or I'm sorry, new name of Acorn.
Yes.
The new name. It's not a company.
Yes,
it's the new trade name. They're also backed and financed by the DNC, by the way. They go to their website to see who funds them and who helps them and who banks them.
George Soros is in there too.
George is probably the chief cook in Bellemore. His name isn't on the paperwork. But there are going to be 1,001 little things going on. They normally have 3 to 5 people. They sit in a room in somebody's house. What happened to you? I don't know. What happened to you? What happened to you? And that's the routine they do. They also show up at our tea parties. They try to intimidate. SEIU has come to many of them. Acorn has come to them. Organize for America, Planned Parenthood, Code Pink, League of Women Voters. Who am I missing? Move on. Any others?
Fortunately,
AARP is not backing.
Not backing.
They're doing a dance.
but they are running those commercials, nonetheless.
But yes, but we're not backing. The point is, you're not alone. There are more people that are on our side than on their side. And if anybody thinks different, please come to a tea party.
Absolutely, support your local tea parties. We have a couple more comments just before we...
I know that there are good people in these unions that don't support what their union leadership is doing. When I was a firefighter, I wasn't a member of IAFF, the firefighters union, but I know people that were fellow firefighters that formed an anti-union against their own union for the Political Action Committee. Anybody, this gentleman over here from the airport, anybody who's in a union or is connected in some way to a union that knows that there are people in those unions that are very much at odds with what their leadership is doing, form up on me after the meeting. I'd like to see if we can't get some action in through the tea parties or something else. But the disconnect between the membership, who I think should be naturally against this, and their leadership. If anybody here in a union, anybody here, can you guys join up with me later and give me some ideas on this? I'll be right up here.
Jim, did you...
Hi. I know I spoke before, but I have something I want to say that's very, very important. A gentleman said before, he was mentioning about his kids, we had a dozen kids, and I want to speak on behalf of my girlfriend, Deborah Race, who's a great American too. She's been working for many years for the elections, and she's been telling me for a long time, she works these elections, and who shows up at these elections? Most of our seniors. Most of our seniors. And that's it. And that's what's been happening for years, and that's why we got to where we are now. And what I think is most important, you seniors, people my age, middle age, get out and get these young kids. Get your kids out to vote. You gotta vote. We have people in this room that are running for office. I don't want to mention any names, but we gotta get out and vote for these guys, these people, these women and men who care about our country. You have to get them out to vote, because that's what we need.
And we need to hold our elected leaders to their oath of office. When they raise their hand and swear to uphold and defend the Constitution of the United States, they better start meaning it. Hold on a second, we got Jimmy that will bring her next time.